Hello, my name is Rusty Bonham. You see me, but you don't see my partner behind the camera, Jennifer Dines. Say hello.
Hello.
We're here to introduce you to our neighborhood, Lower Lents. This is the catchment area for Kelly School, named after Clinton and Mariah Kelly, who came here in 1848, and the first thing they did was buy a property in Portland and put the first school on the east side for those arriving children of pioneers. And now we want to take you elsewhere and show you all kind of cool stuff from our neighborhood. Come along. Welcome to Malden Court Community Orchard. This plot of ground used to be covered with blackberries. It was nothing but blackberries. And now it's just been transformed in the last 2 years, and the bulk of this is in the last year, and primarily done by neighbors themselves. Every third Saturday we have a work party, and I hope you'll consider joining in. It's been a lot of fun. We've been planting fruit trees and flowering shrubs and vines, and the strawberries are going to bear already this summer. Making trails and just enjoying developing the potential. It's a collaborative work with the city and the neighborhood, headed up by some of our local powerhouses, especially through Green Lents. And you can see the plans there for a building that will serve as a kind of instruction area or work area. And behind me, look behind me at what this used to be. All of those blackberries, that's what covered the entire place. And not just blackberries, but trash and all kinds of debris, construction, concrete, asbestos, etc. So it's really remarkable, and it's exciting, and it's wonderful, and it's something right here in our neighborhood that a lot of people don't even know it exists yet. If you come down to the end of 87th, Southeast 87th, until it hits Flavel, cross Flavel, follow the gravel just around the corner, here we are. If you come to the site, you'll see a flyer with information, contact, website, that kind of stuff, so that you can know how to get involved and find out when the next work party is, and I hope you'll join us. Welcome to the Springwater Trail. This is our local little treasure. This used to be a trolley line, went from Selwood all the way past Gresham. It was decommissioned years ago and turned into the kind of that rails to trails movement. They asphalted it, and it's now a nice place to bike. Not just nice, it's flat. I used to drive to work on my bike every day on this thing, and I liked it because it was flat. Other routes had me going up and down. I'm a bit of a whip. It follows the Johnson Creek, and it's a Portland tradition. So it's a great place to jog, take the family, ride your bike, part of a 40-mile loop around the southeast-northeast part of the city, and you should take advantage of it. It's right here in our neighborhood. One thing about our neighborhood is we don't have a lot of places to hang out. And it rains so much that we don't meet our neighbors very often. But the vision for this corner bench was that we would create a place that there would be safety out of the rain or out of the sun, and people who were walking their dogs or walking with their children, whatever, would have a place to interact with each other, get to know each other. And so the whole bench was designed by and built by volunteers from this neighborhood, and it's made of juniper from Eastern Oregon, and we love it. It creates what we hope is that it communicates welcome, have a seat, relax, get to know each other, and of course showcased by the mural on the street, which was just a couple blocks down. A guy did the drawing of the original design, and then a block that way is another artist who did the Celtic knot in the center, followed by another artist who lives near Glenwood Park, who did the mural and organized us into a big painting party and a street block party. It was great fun. Those 4 trees are 4 native trees found here in Oregon, and it's just a good excuse for neighbors to work together, have fun. And the special ending that evening was a fire dancer when it got dark. to end the evening. It was great fun. This is Kate's house, and you can tell a lot about Kate just by looking around, but you also are telling a lot about the people who live around her, because the neighborhood, these people who live up and down the street work together to do a lot of what you're seeing. There's the pole, there's the informational kiosk, there's also the street painting, and one of the things dear to her heart is encouraging the bee population. So that's the theme of the painting out here, which is another example of a block party that was a work party and people worked together, so it was painted largely by the folks who live here. Like folks who drive loud pickups. It's part of our neighborhood culture. And now to the park. This is our park. Glenwood Park. It's great. It's huge. It's got school property off in the distance, dwarfed by Mount Scott. It is obviously a place where many people, all ages, different cultures come and enjoy different activities. In the distance, I don't know if you can see Mount Hood through those trees. The playground for the kids, a defunct tennis court that I hope someday we can have up and running. A lot of different varieties of trees here. Look at these two big sequoias right by. It's a great place that gets crazy on July 4th, just warning you. Welcome to the Belmont Goats on Foster. Used to be in Belmont, now in Lents. These are our resident neighbors. Meet some of your new neighbors here. There's Carl, Chester, Bailey, etc. And for the time being, they're living here near us, and it's a great place to all ages come in, kind of a petting zoo, and some local people who do a lot of work to make this possible. And let's just go meet somebody. Hi, we're doing a little video. Just explain to us a little bit about, hey, who is this?
This is Carl.
Oh, I know some Carl. He's only got 3 goat heads.
Yeah, but that's better than he used to be.
Oh.
He and his buddy Phil were the last. They were 2 of the first goats in the herd, but 2 of the last goats to come around to being sociable with people.
Uh-huh.
He used to not let you get within 3 yards of him.
Oh, what does he like? Does he like this? Should I stop touching him?
No, he's fine.
Do you live around here, or do you? Are you
Well,
one of?
I'm one of the owners of the herd, but I also live 3 blocks away. So.
Oh, that's handy. You didn't move here when the goats moved here.
I did actually. I moved. I used to live in their old neighborhood, and then first I moved over to like Gladstone and 82nd, and then I moved like 3 blocks over here.
Well, I'm Rusty. What's your name?
Bix.
Hey, glad to meet you. Welcome to the neighborhood. It's. I hope it's been a positive place for you to live.
That's for me.
Making a little video just about the neighborhood, and for people who may be considering moving here, or people who already have moved and don't know what there is.
Gotcha.
And so I'm glad you have a positive report. Anything you want to tell us about the goats? What's the point?
Well, the point is they're pretty much just goats in the neighborhood goats. They're not a lot of people will think they're like a renter herd that travel around and weed, but they don't. They just are sort of this community, rural oasis in the city kind of thing. They used to live down on Belmont and 11th on a lot that did bring in renter herds once a year just to weed, but this herd got put together specifically as the pets of an adjacent business owner who wanted to see goats in that lot 24/7, not just once every summer. So he got permission to put this herd together. And a lot of us who were helping him take care of them bought them from him when they had to move, because that lot's got this massive development on it now. So we said, just tell us, we'll figure out where in the world you could move an entire herd of goats to. And at that time, the city was trying to find interesting sort of interim uses for these empty lots before development happened on them. And the neighborhood specifically was the only neighborhood in town that specifically sort of in a coordinated way, asked us to put in a proposal to come out and sit on one of these lots for a while. So that's kind of what they are and how we ended up here.
Cool. Well, I know it wouldn't happen without people like you who are really invested and take a lot of time to make it possible, but it's one of the things that makes it interesting to live here. And there's talk of development, and specifically this plot right here. So what's next?
Well, actually, by the end of this month, we'll be 2 blocks that way next to the Boys and Girls Club. We're in the process of constructing the fence over there, and then we'll break all this stuff down and move it over. And we'll be there at least into the middle of 2017. And then it'll be, they start to get the sense of, if these developments are doing pretty well, can they start in on that lot kind of thing? But that'll all happen next year sometime. So by the end of April, we'll be over there on 92nd and Harold for a year.
Cool. Well, thanks for taking time.
Sure. That's Duchess.
Hi, Duchess. Welcome to Oliver's Cafe. Let's have a drink. Oliver's Cafe is named that because Oliver and Martha Lent founded this town in 1892. And inside the cafe, you will see historical photographs and a bio of them and of the town. In this cafe, it's the place to come for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. They serve breakfast all day long, but other foods too. And being from Philadelphia, the Philly cheesesteak sandwich is my recommendation. Across the street from me here on Foster is the U-Haul, which everybody knows who's ever had to move around here. The thing that's significant I want to point out to you is the sign that says, "This is the retail birthplace of U-Haul in America." So hey, Lents, kudos! Another landmark in history, the first U-Haul. Good. Welcome to the Story Yard. Used to be an abandoned lot. The city plus Rose CDC plus Portland Youth Builders worked together to make this. The Story Yard introduces you to many of the small business owners, and it's a diverse group of people. So I like what it communicates to people who are just driving into Lents about who we are. And hey, it's a park. Lents Town Center, corner of Woodstock or Foster and 92nd. Wasn't the original town center. The original town center was just a little bit, well, it's underneath the interstate right now. Sadly, the interstate plopped right down on top of it, divided this town in half. For the old timers, that was not a happy day. For people nowadays, they say, well, it's good to have quick access to fast travel, and that includes the Max station here at Lents Town Center, also one on Flavel. Pretty handy to not have to drive downtown and park, pay for gas, etc. But from the town center here, just a little bit, come to this house here, the next house after Tidy Didy. This is the house where Woody Guthrie lived. Woody Guthrie lived here for 1 month, wrote 21 songs, got paid $10 per song. When the war was raging, 1941, he was writing, "Roll on, Columbia, roll on." Not one of the more famous songs. Maybe you'll recognize, "This land is your land, this land is my land." That's Woody Guthrie, another Lents claim to fame. Well, I hope you have enjoyed the video. Jennifer and I have enjoyed making it. We thought it was a project worthwhile because we want to communicate that we love this neighborhood and that it is full of good people creating positive change. Thanks.